Hey, everybody. Shame on the game. Remember that case years ago about the reality show and the game, and the girl got into it? The girl had a questionable past. A whole lot was being said about her. Anyway, she said he allegedly touched her personal area 3 times and said, "Shut up, blink, blink, blink." You know what I mean? She filed charges, and he was served with those papers. He didn't show up to the court. Now, best our recollection, because I did a video on it. He was served those papers, and he didn't show up to court. Talk about standing on business. I call that standing on dumbness. He just tossed it allegedly, just went on his way. Then that court date came, and the girl showed up with her attorney, and he didn't show up. And then they got a judgment by default. Again, they had so much information on this girl. Some were saying, hey, she's done this before, try to get next to a man allegedly. And it sounds like they were saying, it's like, okay, that's described to me as extortion. Okay, it's what they were saying allegedly, that she had, possibly engaged in this before. And it didn't work, but this time it did. This time, it looks to me she hit the jackpot. Why? Because he didn't show up for court. Then they said, oh, he had an excuse. Allegedly, he had to go and go to some type of dental appointment. And then it was so dumb because guess what? It was like, no, he didn't. Why? Because at the time of the supposed dental appointment, when he should have been in court with his lawyer, he was on social media in the mall shopping. You cannot make this up. Good morning, dummy. Dum, 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 dum. She won't show money, and she gotta get it. Good morning, dummy. Dum, 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 dum. She won't show money, and she getting it. Good morning, dummy. Dum, 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 dum. She won't show money, and she gonna get it. Talk about standing on business, and what we doing, standing on business. And I thought about it. I was like, wow, you have to be an idiot. Aside from a rapper, I thought you were a businessman, or maybe just maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe you that's the business man, a business man. And a business man, there's a difference in being a business man than being a businessman. And I thought about it, gee, at this time, I'm not sure what has happened if he had already broken up with his baby mother. She's a teacher, I believe, has 2 children. And I thought to myself, these dudes are not about building. They don't want to have a family and build. They are about slanging and slanging. Well, the BBC is going to end up being a brokey, possibly. So I was like, man, I wonder if his baby mother at the time could have told him, hey, you've got these papers here. We can't just ignore this. This is a legal action. This is really serious. And I thought about it. Maybe she wasn't there at the time. I think maybe they broken up, not for sure of the timeline. But I was like, man, she could have told him that. Who is in your camp? Did you by any chance tell the other guys that, hey, I got these papers. You got to be sure with these papers. So you didn't mention that to anybody in your camp, and if you did, are they all like super dumb too? Because I would have been like, whoa, what would you say? You did what? You got some papers. What are the papers? Man, I tossed, and I ain't trying to be here about that right now. I would have told him, let's go ahead and go online and find out what the cause of action is that's been filed. What county? Let's go online and call your lawyer ASAP. But no, he was served those papers and tossed them. Time for the court date. He was in the mall, y'all. Why? The girl on his social media? Seriously, you wonder what I'm saying. Good morning, dummy. She won't show money, and she gonna get it. So he ignored it, and they got the judgment. He tried to appeal, and he lost. Now it's years later. It's like, they don't understand business, and life is business, and that's why many fail at it. You have got to be kidding me. And I saw an article that was saying, hey, he wanted to retire and maybe produce other artists. Well, you better get to working real soon because now, fast forwarding, he didn't pay the $7 million judgment. So I guess you thought they were playing with you. Maybe you thought it was a game. Well, shame on the game. They're not playing with you. And now the judge has ordered, allegedly, for him to go ahead and sell that beautiful mansion in Calabasas. I believe the mansion, they said one valuation said it was over $4 million. So now he has to sell it. Oh, he tried to say it wasn't owned by him. I think they said some type of trying to say it was owned by the business. Well, was a house purchased in an LLC? You probably didn't do that, did you? It didn't fly. Judge has ordered him to sell the mansion in Calabasas to pay what? The $7 million judgment. All because of what? This lady, from what I've seen, he probably had a chance to beat it. From what if what they say is true about her, he probably would have had a chance to beat it. However, don't forget, how did she win? There was no big old trial. He just didn't show up like a nut. He just didn't show up. Are you? Woo, dumber by the day. He just didn't. How did she win? Oh, she didn't have a brilliant attorney. Oh, she had racehorse Haynes on her team. Oh, she had lawyer. And she didn't even have. I mean, it's like a lay down. All because he just didn't show up. She won by default. So this is probably the easiest $7 million judgment ever rendered. Why? He didn't show up. Something so simple. I'm sorry. What does that tell you about them? That right there to me, you, what now? All because he didn't show up. I was looking at the background information on this chick, and it was a whole lot of, oh my goodness. The background alone could have probably helped him, but no, 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 no. Man, they ain't worried about them papers. They ain't worried about that. Don't understand business. She didn't say he R-worded her. She said he touched her 3 times in her area. But somebody else said she made allegation before against some rich man to get some money, but it didn't work. Listen, if you're like that, an opportunist, all you have to do is find a don't understand business, non-thinking chocolate drop on a block. Just get next to one. I keep telling you, all those women have to do is just find one. If you can get next to one, it's a wrap. Don't handle business. You know you can't tell them nothing. And here he was supposed to, all because he didn't show up. And then to try and say, I recall what they said dental appointment, and then the girl, she was tracking his social media. And it was like, Judge, he was actually at the mall. He was shopping. It's to the point one of them gets money. I mean, good for you. Let's see how long they can keep it. It doesn't really benefit the people that look like them. Please tell me you got some money in the trust for those kids. Forced to sell a house to cover a $7 million judgment. I can't believe it. Forced to sell a house. And how'd you get the judgment? Oh, he just didn't show up. He was still those papers, and he was. Some said they tossed him. One reports he put him in the trash. I mean, who? You cannot be this dumb. You cannot be this dumb. And even if you're lazy, you have money, just call your lawyer. If you don't have one, go find one. So if the house was valued in Calabasas as $4 million, and she has a $7 million judgment, dude, they might be freezing your bank accounts next. You gotta force to sell a house. What if somebody only buys a house? Seeing this right here, what if somebody only says, okay, if it's worth 4, I'm going to go ahead and offer you 2.5 or 3. That money's going to go towards that woman. I mean, seriously, just get next to one. You got to have a complexion for the protection, of course. But look how easy you can make money off. Talk about liquid gold. I keep telling you, all those women, be it preference or not melanated, just if you can get next to one with some money, more than likely something stupid gonna happen. You can get in the marry, get a baby, make an allegation, don't handle business. And think, I thought about it. That's what I'm like, who the hell is in your camp? You would need to have some kind of geek. But see, that camp, man, that, I don't know wrong with that dude. He can't rap and he always read, man. What's wrong with you? You always reading. Why is you always reading? Man, that stuff is goofy. Talking about he subscribed to WSJ. Who that? Man, don't anybody know Wall Street Journal, better journal some twerking up in there. Who's in your camp? Is it just a cluster of dust bucket? A cluster buck of dust buckets? Who's in your camp? Maybe they should sit them down and say, okay, so we know you're slow, rich but slow. Okay, so did anything happen this week we need to discuss? Any papers come your way legally? Did a processor knock on your door? Anything like that happen? Let us know when it does, okay? Here's my card. Call it. These fools, I mean, this dumb about a day. Don't forget, it wasn't a long, drawn out thing. He didn't have no puffy deal when they were calling witnesses and all that. No, he would serve the papers and let the papers go. Shame on the game. Some people, you can be so stupid, you become an embarrassment. Now you got to sell a house to cover that judgment. And like I said, people in business, they don't know, man, someone might pick it up for two. You got to get what you can get. And you're still going to owe. Did you think it was a game? And this was a few years ago when she got this judgment. I think a couple of years ago. Did you think it was going to go away? I even saw a post of her where she was calling him, I got to say allegedly, her B. You're my, itch. But she alleged he touched her in a personal area 3 times and pulled up her dress, and she was embarrassed. And I saw people like, oh, that's all that happened to her. If he did that, that's on him. But hold on. Let's be real. How did she win? And that's not acceptable behavior. Okay? Like he gonna learn today. But how did she win? People are like, oh, that's all he did. She got the kind of money. No. She brought forth the allegation. She got that money because guess what? Somebody would serve those papers and ignored it and went on their way. Supposed to be in court, he at the mall shopping. They're gonna had a dental appointment. No, your social media. I mean, it's like, wow, are you really that stupid? Well, how she see the social media? You in the mall shopping because you had your phone out showing yourself. Anybody but their own can make money off of them. It's sad. Now forced to sell the house. And that's probably his biggest asset. Now, I saw an article. Someone says, "Oh, he's worth 10 million." He goes, "No, he's not worth 10 million. He's now worth $3 million." All that you worked for from one moment in time. And if he did that to her, it's probably he might be, hey, he's the game. Maybe it's what he's used to doing. But this right here, you've got to be kidding me. Shame on the game. In closing, let me know what you all think. All I can say is, good morning, dummy. Doom, 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 doom. She wants your money, and she gonna get it. Good morning, dummy. Doom, 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 doom. She wants your money. Shame on the game. Good morning, dummy. Doom, 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 doom. She wants your money, and she gonna get it. Good morning, dummy. Doom, 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 doom. She wants your money. Shame on the game.